Hello everybody. Today we're going to discuss about a very important topic of a new branch known as project disaster recovery and project management. And basically this specialty, right, it has taken place into the market nowadays for those who had managed projects where they are not certified project managers. They are not eligible to manage projects because they have not taken the certification as well. They have not experienced the project management, how to manage projects in a standard format. Basically, project disaster recovery, it comes because of poor quality from senior management whom they had allocated a project manager who's supposed not to become a project manager, who's not qualified to be a project manager, right, because he had not obtained his license. He did not work in projects and experienced as a project managers, right? He doesn't know how to control project budget. He doesn't know how to plan for a project in order to succeed, right? So today we're going to look on reasons of the disaster recovery that causes a project for a failure, right? Those some of these aspects or symptoms, we call them, like your project becomes over budget, your project becomes behind of schedule, your project becomes scope creep. Scope creep means that your scope has expanded more than from the requirements which has been project undertaken from, and the customer dissatisfaction, right? And that's the very importance, right? So not only you will have customer dissatisfaction, but as well you will have your team dissatisfaction, right? And since you have a team dissatisfaction, that will directly impact onto your customer dissatisfaction. So we're going to look on today a story I've just prepared for it, right? And we're going to look reasons of what have made actually the reason of projects have become into disaster category of disaster, and how we can, as professional expert project managers, we can overcome these issues. Hello Fatima, I'm really happy with the design you had just produced for the customer. The customer saw the prototype of your web portal and he showed a very satisfaction in which he had signed directly. Well sir, thank you very much for the compliment. Fatima, with that, I'm going to promote you for a project management position. But sir, I don't have any knowledge or experience in that field. Remember, I'm just a professional in designing. Fatima, you will be doing great. All what you have to do is just to have to go open a book or two, read about project management and his rules, open the internet or ask a friend, and I'm confident you will be doing great. You had just produced the prototype of design, but that's my profession, sir. All that. Fatima, you will be doing perfect. It had been a year and until date I did not receive my product. It should have been delivered from 6 months ago. The vendor had told me that he will be doing his best effort to meet my requirements, but up to date I did not receive except a web portal which is a very poor implemented design. A prototype, it seemed very nice and that what I really needed, but what actually had been done against the signed prototype I've done. Even the application, it has a lot of bugs, a lot of major bugs, which I'm not able to train my team and even to move up with my product. I don't want to inform the senior management. It has been a disaster to me and my company. We have invested in that project too many funds, and up till date we are stable, we are not able, stagnant, we are not able to do any work. We're not able to move forward with our product. I don't know what disaster we had been set into. Dear gentlemen, I had appointed for this meeting, the urgency of this meeting today, because we're having a very major risk that has appeared. I had received a phone call this morning from a customer, and he was so frustrated that we did not show our intentions and our performance on delivering him on time. The project which was supposed to be delivered 6 months ago, but it's a year up to date and we didn't show any progress. The customer had called me this morning and he asked me this, he's going to terminate the project if there's no progress is not going to be shown in the coming period. So that's why I had called you all today for the importance of this meeting, right? And to listen, we need a proper action plan to be taken accordingly now. So, who's responsible for the delay of this project? Well, sir, I'm the operation manager. I had placed Fatima onto the project. She had done a tremendous work in her prototype designing. And I thought that since she has been so clever at her work, I had appointed her as a project manager, and I told her to read some books and to ask some friends and all of that. Right. Fatima, how did you see that project undergoing? Well, sir, I told my direct manager that I did not have any experience in project management before, and I'm a good designer. I'm a professional web designer, but I cannot manage the project. But he just keep on pushing me. I tried to do my level best, right, to read books, but I didn't understand a lot of terminologies. I had just to move along with the project with my own thoughts without referring to any back. That's why the disaster. So, gentlemen, what's your opinion now? How should we can overcome? We don't want to lose this project. Well, we're planning to, since we're in disaster recovery, I think that we should be hiring. We go for a recommendation for a senior project manager who can help us in overcoming. So, do you all agree on that step? Yes, sir, we do agree. So proceed up with the budgets that's remaining and just hire a project manager to see how we're going to work out that. And we hope, let's pray, that he will be able to pass us this project and not to lose it and the dissatisfaction of our customers. Hi, you must be Fatima. Yes, that's me. And who are you? I'm Hamad Zaki, the new senior project manager who I just appointed today, and I just started to work from today. Oh yeah, really? Yeah, so how do you see our disaster project going on? Well, I had just had an enclosed meeting with the top executives, and they had informed me that they might lose the project if not proper action had been undertaken. So you can see there's a loose end right in that situation, that the project is over budget and the project is not progressing well, it's behind schedule, and there's a scope creep. So what you're planning to do, first of all, I will have to review the project contract. I would like to review the project contracts, the bulletins, as well I would like to review the milestones, right, and I want to see if there's any penalties have been set in the contract, right, so we can place it into my risk response plan. And then I will need from your side to provide me with the emails that have been sent backward and forwards, right, till I as well review the technical proposal to look for the recommended acceptance criteria that were set from the sales team based on the customer requirements. And I think we shall meet by 1 p.m. right. I would like you to as well to invite the teams whom are involved in that project, so we can have an action plan set in place, right, and we can work out the plan. We're going to be having a lot of work, right, from the project life cycle and as well from the software development life cycle. So let's meet by 1 p.m. I would be appreciable if you would send the agenda in behalf of me until I'm able to get introduced to the team. Then I'll be from onward sending the agenda on the next upcoming meetings. Thank you very much, and see you by 1 p.m. Hi everyone, my name is Hamad Zaki, and I am the new senior project manager who I just had reported today to the office, and I had just had a meeting this morning with the top executives, and from 2 hours ago I had met your senior web designers, right, and Miss Fatma, right, and we had had a little discussion on the performance of the project. I would like to get introduced to you. Well, I'm Ali Higazi. I am the technical manager, and I'm leading the teams of the development as well the QC and the technical support team. And you must be? I'm Sham Anwar, and I'm the senior business analyst, right, who had undergone the collecting of the requirements and building the business document. Right, right. Since we have got introduced to each other, so let's get into the business. I had reviewed the contract, right, and thank God there is no penalties, and I would just have set a rule that in case if any a dispute has been undergone or a conflict, they would like to go through an arbitrator, and if failed, then they have to go to the court. As well, I had reviewed the milestone, right? It seems that the first milestone, the down payment, which has been covered by the sales, right, on the contract sign off, and it seems that bit we are on the stopping on the milestone 3, which is the development part. Milestone 2 was delivering the business analysis document and the design, and you have received payment for, but we're stuck with the milestone 3, which is the web portal with the services to be included and the social media. And from the emails that Fatima thankfully had sent me from the forth backwards between the client and Fatima and senior management, I had analyzed, identified the root cause of the problem, right, and I had analyzed the situations, and I came up with a list of the issues that the customer was complaining on the web portal. Now I can see that certain services like the being categorized as the library content items, the customer requires us to add a filter to the grid view. In the library content items, he as well would like the end user to have the privilege to be able to add, edit the page, right? And he requested to change the subject label to a title instead. And in the library content to add, edit page, disable the hard copy fields, okay? And in the library content, add, edit as well the page, add the periodic field, add the sector field, add the publication date field, add the language field, and change the price label to hard copy price. Now I can see there is about 30 issues the customer had pinpointed them, and he had set as well beside him the priorities. So we're going to work on that the same way. Now for meanwhile as well, I would like to use my third step, the conflict resolution. I will be going confrontation with the customer, but before I meet with the customer, I'm going to set a plan, right? And I can see that there's no documentation have been done for the project. There's no project charter. I'm really surprised how the project started without a charter has been set in place, and there's no project scope statement. Again, the scope statement should have been signed by the customer to make confirm the requirements are set to a baseline, so we can have a fair measurement, right? And the schedule, the plan has not been set in place. So I'm going to work on all of these, right? And I will finish that documentations, right? And I will have a phone call with the client, right? But before I call him, I just need the plan. We need to today to build the WPS together. With all that, we need to estimate the resource as well. We need to estimate the time and the available budget which we have. We have to go through value engineering. That is, we're going to maximize our available resources, right? Who are seniors to work in certain areas so that they can finish those reported issues as soon as possible, and at least we have a deliverable, right? I'm deciding to go through adopting the Scrum Agile, right? And I don't know if anyone aware about it. Fatima, do you have an idea or do you can manage? Well, I had just heard about it, right? And I believe there are sprints and all of that, and there's a product backlog. That's true. That's right. Now, basically, we're going to set all of these requirements, okay, from the business analyst. He will be placing it into the product backlog, right, with those priorities. That's the first thing. And we're going to take it into our sprint backlog, right? And I'll ask you, you technical manager as Scrum Master, you'll be communicating back and forth with the business analyst as long with the with me as well, right? I'll be monitoring the whole project, okay? And we're gonna start placing effort sizing for each of those activities, right? And we're gonna make a quick deliverable, right? And once you take these activities into your sprint backlog, you're gonna break them into stories and stories into with tasks, right, and which we can allocate it to the development team. We're going to compose our development teams from 3 to 9 resources, okay, and basically we're going to have on daily meeting a sprint review meeting, right, and I will engage our customer, the project manager, with us in that meeting so he can see the progress, how we are undergoing through it, right. So we'll be having an increment, right, of those deliverables until we successfully deliver the whole project. So let's start working now on our action plan, right, and the project plan. Okay. Right, the first thing now, what I'm going to do while the technical team are reviewing the analysis and the project plan, I'm going to fill the list documents such as the project charter, and I'm going to fill the scope statement document so I can get a sign off from the client to make confirm on the scope. And I will start working on the project plan document to set my communication plan, scope management plan, and the time management plan, the procurement management plan, and the all of those subsidiary plans, just to get them complete and get the sign off from the project manager and officer as well from the client. And building the schedule plan as well so that I can start allocating the resources to work with the plan. I'm expected to finish all of my work by today. After the end of the day, I'll be completing, and by tomorrow all these documents should be ready for the team. Hello, Mr. Jeffrey. I'm Mohammed Zaki, Senior Project Manager with the vendor side, who had just came to resolve the dispute issues that we were having for your project. I had just met John, your project manager, and we had a mutual agreement on the scope of requirements, and I had reviewed him the project plan and the schedule plan, and we had worked out through the deliverables based on your priorities, right? So we should be adopting and Scrum Agile, and you'll be having the first deliverable, right, by 2 to 4 weeks, right, and that will be able to be from your side to review it. If you have any comments, we're going to work it back again, and the I had agreed as well that we will be having with your project manager a sprint review meeting for 10 to 15 minutes daily basis to enable to through a conference call to show him all the performance of the work we're doing and the deliverable, how it's going to be looking, so he can be engaged with us as one of our team resources, right, so that we can get the project done. Well, Mr. Zaki, we look forward that to perform to us because we are really extremely frustrated, but I can see that I'm very enthusiastic. Since you're a senior project manager, it seems that you're well qualified for the position, and you're able to have, John has just showed me the plan for a couple of minutes. I'm really happy with it, right, and I feel that I'm back to business, back again. You will feel it and you will see it, right. Just I need you to be trustful that you're in a safe hand. Don't worry. Hello everybody, today we're going to explore our success sprint retrospective meeting. We had from our previous sprint review meetings, right, we had discussed the iterations, the first to the 6th iteration that we had completed, and then we had to neutralize onto the 8th, and then from the 8th we had peaked up until we had reached to the last 12th iteration, and which is almost closed and delivered to the customer. And I had a phone call this morning with the customer who was totally satisfied and very happy for the progress you had performed. What we can learn from this meeting is that we had worked together as a team, right, and we have all performed our work. We had been pushing all together till we had the reach to our targets. I need to thank you all for your efforts, and we will be managing multiple projects with a similar risk. Good luck, team. Hi, Mr. Jeffrey. I need to thank you so much for the effort you have tremendously done with your team. We are totally satisfied with the deliverables our team are taking the training and they're working, and the web portal is working perfectly, right? It seems as there's no bugs anymore, right? And just a minor issues which we had uncovered, and there is no problem. We need to thank you all. Great job, and we're gonna take a couple of projects more. Hello everybody. Today we're going to discuss about a very important topic of a new branch known as project disaster recovery and project management. And basically this specialty, right, it has taken place into the market nowadays for those who had managed projects where they are not certified project managers. They are not eligible to manage projects because they have not taken the certification, as well they have not experienced the project management, how to manage projects in a standard format. Basically project disaster recovery, it comes because of poor quality from senior management whom they had allocated a project manager who's supposed not to become a project manager, who is not qualified to be a project manager, right, because he had not obtained his license. He did not work in projects and experienced as a project managers, right? He doesn't know how to control project budget. He doesn't know how to plan for a project in order to succeed, right? So today we're going to look on reasons of the disaster recovery that causes a project for a failure, right? Hello everybody. Today we're going to discuss about a very important topic of a new branch known as project disaster recovery and project management. And basically this specialty, right, it has taken place into the market nowadays for those who had managed projects where they are not certified project managers. They are not eligible to manage projects because they have not taken the certification, as well they have not experienced the project management, how to manage projects in a standard format. Basically project disaster recovery, it comes because of poor quality from senior management whom they had allocated a project manager who's supposed not to become a project manager, who is not qualified to be a project manager, right, because he had not obtained his license. He did not work in projects and experienced as a project managers, right? He doesn't know how to control project budget. He doesn't know how to plan for a project in order to succeed, right? So today we're going to look. Hello everybody. Today we're going to discuss about a very important topic of a new branch known as project disaster recovery and project management. And basically this specialty, right, it has taken place into the market nowadays for those who had managed projects where they are not certified project managers. They are not eligible to manage projects because they have not taken the certification, as well they have not experienced the project management, how to manage projects in a standard format. Basically project disaster recovery, it comes because of poor quality from senior management whom they had allocated a project manager who's supposed not to become a project manager, who is not qualified to be a project manager, right, because he had not obtained his license. He did not work in projects and experienced as a project managers, right? He doesn't know how to control project budget. He doesn't